beginners, or we're starting to practice this way with other people, we want to do it in a very pronounced way. So you're giving me a little bit too much right now, so you want to just be, you're feeling what I'm doing. So you can loosen all that up and just be interested in what you're going to feel, and you'll feel, feel yourself getting all tight in there again, okay? And so I'm working with him on loosening up his ability to judge, because he knows I'm going to punch him once. And then you can feel, okay, and then you can feel, very subtle. These changes, I kept my finger from doing that because in our intention, our body follows the intention. So even when I'm thinking go away, my finger starts doing that. So I took my finger out of it so he can just feel it through my projected energy into his field, and he can still feel it. Okay? Okay, so our next little exercise is a game we've been playing. It's a lot of fun. It's called Halloween Party. Okay? And when we have a Halloween party, a lot of times the guests show up and they're wearing masks, very scary masks. So like Roman, when he shows up at the door, he's going to give me some spear energy now that he knows what spear energy is. And that's like the equivalent of knocking on the door, wanting to come in. And he's got this scary mask, so when I see it, I want to get out of the house. Look, he comes right on into the house and he eats everything and destroys the house. Okay? Next, this time, I'm thinking, who is that? Do I know that person? Now this is a variation on shield, okay? Because I have a barrier up, which is the equivalent of a door or a wall, but I'm kind of escaping behind it. I'm not really directly communicating to him. I've got the barrier, but I'm kind of behind the barrier, thinking from my own perspective. I'm experiencing my own experience rather than experiencing him. That I call a wall or a door, okay? If I come out from behind the door and I directly relate to him with, don't come in here, you cannot come in, he feels that as a shield. Then I say, in fact, you have to leave. Okay, and he feels that as a spirit. And he feels that when I say you have to leave. Now, he's actually a guest in my party. And I've exhibited all these fearful dealings. These are limbic system responses that we're making conscious now. Okay, these can happen to us on an unconscious basis. Someone attacks us even verbally or physically, and there's a default of some sort. Some people shield. Some people withdraw. And some people say, hey, what are you getting in my face about? But they do it unconsciously. We're making these things conscious. Now the thing about Aikido is it's not fighting. And it's not defense. And it's not running away. It's love, says our sensei. So what I'm going to do, after I tell him, get off the porch, well, what's going to happen is he's going to take off his mask. I'm going to see it's Roman and say, oh, Roman, come on in, how are you? And we see a different kind of thing happen. So our partner is going to give us spear energy, and we're going to find out what our default is. Like, for instance, my default might be, who is that? What does he want? And then I'll know, oh my gosh, I put up a wall. I have a door between us. Or it may be that he pushes and I do this. Oh, I shield. Or he may come to knock on the door, and I immediately start pushing him back. And I do a spear. Maybe that's my default. But when he takes off his mask, I'm going to welcome him. Okay? Now the feeling of welcoming produces a different kind of energy. Okay? When you think about these energetic flows, this is all energy coming back into me, including his. It draws his in. You can all see that, right? When I put up a barrier, the energy in the wall I've invested stuff out here, there's an energy investment out here, but I'm free to like look around this. Okay, this is a nice stiff thing that I can maybe peek around behind. But it's only come to here, but not really fully involved. Then when I put the shield up, it's right out to it. Okay, now my field is fully engaged with this protective barrier that he can't get through, but still he doesn't feel it in his center. When finally the energy gets out to the center, even if I don't point, he feels that invading his central core. That's what we call a spear. When he takes off the mask, you see the energy go this way, come this way, extend out in a point, and now the flood of energy. This is now a flood of energy. And that gives him something that turns that spear around. When this flood of energy meets the spear, if you can imagine trying to spear a waterfall, you do that. You spear it and go with the water. And this is kind of what happens when we give beneficent intention. In this form, we're kind of all welcoming. Welcoming is beneficent. I want you to benefit. Hey, come on in, have some food. Okay? So grab a new partner. One of it is going to be the scary monster with the mask, and the other is going to be the host. And you're going to experiment. Now, before you go, you scary monsters, don't let your partner think they're welcoming you when you take off your mask and they go, welcome, welcome, come on in. Okay? Also, don't let them feel like they welcome you when you just let them come in. That's kind of nice, but it's not a welcoming. You're going to welcome them. That's an outflow of energy. Okay? You'll also notice, possibly, that your partner will do things like this. Come on in. And you'll feel that the door's still a little in the way. Okay? That's your tricky brain trying to protect you from maybe a scary monster. Okay, so we're going to learn about all these things and see if they come through our practice, and also what it feels like to welcome someone truly. Okay? Grab a partner, give it a try.